Oh.
Live.
Are we live? Hi, everybody.
Live.
Welcome aboard. This is the Mad Mimi Hangout, and today we're hanging out with Kenny and Travis from Megaphone. I'm Becca, and that's Mira over there. Hi. So we're here every Wednesday at 4 having these awesome hangouts. If you have any questions about Megaphone, questions for Kenny and Travis, feel free to hit that Q&A button up at the top of your screen. So let's get started. Kenny and Travis, hello. How are you? Would you like to introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about your company and sort of how it came about, I guess, how it started in the first place?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Kenny. This is Travis.
Hey.
Yeah, so Travis and I started a company called Kajabi about 4 years ago. Crazy, 4 years ago. And yeah, and it started out as like a tool to just solve a problem that we had, and it's kind of silly, but Travis and I were just ordinary dudes. We had jobs. He was a graphic designer. I was a programmer at the time, and we didn't want to sit in a cubicle the rest of our lives, and we wanted to do something entrepreneurial, and we didn't really know what that was going to be. And then so we just explored, hey, is there anything over the internet we can do? And yeah, just one thing led to another, and we created a system that you could just sell information online.
Well, but what happened first was we would meet for lunch all the time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hey, we got to think of something to kind of change our lives. And we had all these ideas, and one of the goofy ideas we had right before Kajabi was Kenny had built this kid's like a car wash for your kids, made out of like PVC pipe from Home Depot.
Oh, that's so cute.
Wow.
And it would like spray water, and your kids could ride their bikes through the middle of it. And so we're like, this is really cool. We should sell this online. So we went and we got all the parts and we cut them and we were going to ship them to people. And then we're like, this is a lot of work because we're really lazy. We didn't want to do that. So instead, we videotaped Kenny building it with all the directions. And we're like, oh, we'll put this on a site. And so we go get WordPress. We get all the plugins, connect it with PayPal or ClickBank, I think is what we use.
Yeah.
And it took forever and it was really hard.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're pretty smart and we can't figure this out. So maybe other people need this, like the ability to sell information and what they know in a really easy way.
Yeah, and we realized in that whole process that there's a big need for that, right? So there's a lot of people signing up for Kajabi and creating online courses and academies and portals, whatever you want to call them. And so then along with that, we said, hey, we need to give them the ability to collect email addresses and kind of the marketing aspect to get people into those online courses. So Kajabi had a feature way back when to do, well, it still does, but to create like squeeze pages and landing pages and things like that. And then, the months and years progress, and we realized, wait a second, there's a byproduct here.
Well, and the customers were asking for it.
Yeah.
The customers were like, what if you had a system that built landing pages, squeeze pages, sales pages? And we're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've got an awesome team here. We're in Orange County, California. Everybody, for the most part, is in the same office. We have a fun atmosphere, and it was it was just last summer, a year ago.
Yeah.
We kind of wanted to give the guys just a break. They'd just been grinding on Kajabi for years. And we said, let's come up with just a pet project, around the office here to just kind of hack on over the summer. And so that's where Megaphone was born. And we said, let's make a byproduct, like a super simple way to create landing pages. And let's just, as a goal, let's see if before summer's over, if we could start selling this and make some money from it. So that's really how it started. And so like mid-July last year in August. Sorry.
No, I was going to ask you when Megaphone actually came about, but I also, what made you decide to sort of launch it as a separate? It almost has a separate branding to it. I mean, it's Megaphone by Kajabi, and it's not just simply a feature that people can add on to Kajabi. So I'm wondering where that philosophy came from to do it that way.
Well, I think part of it was we saw it as a separate tool. We didn't want to confuse people. We wanted to make sure they knew this is something different. And so the name and the branding took us forever. It had so many other names. I mean, even the code still refers with certain initials to the other names it might have been. Thank God we didn't choose those names.
Yeah.
Wait, tell us some of the names. Yeah.
You gave them a softball. They're
I don't know.
Like Quick Landers was one.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were just,
so we still have QL tags in the code. Referring to the project.
Yeah.
Oh, there were so many like just silly names. And then when we came across Megaphone, I'm like, oh, this is totally it.
Yeah.
And in a way, we kind of like it because it almost it's not that it competes with Kajabi, but it is something as an alternative. It's kind of like when you go to the store and you want to get dishwashing soap or laundry detergent. 50 of those brands are they're almost always the same company because it scratches someone else's itch in a different way.
Yeah.
So we wanted it to be different.
And one of the themes with Megaphone is simplicity and easy to use and just kind of a one single goal. We know that everybody that signs up for Megaphone wants to create good landing pages, and that's it.
Yeah.
And with Kajabi, there was like kind of two focuses. So we didn't know how to message, the onboarding process and all of that to the customer because we don't really know what their end goal is. Are they here just to create landing pages? Are they here to create a course? That kind of thing. So the theme of our company is kind of switching and saying instead of a big monster all-in-one project that does everything, a platform that does everything, let's have one project or one product that does landing pages really, really well. That's Megaphone. And then let's have one product that does online courses really well, and that's our new system called Kajabi Next. So.
Nice. I love that. It's very close to Mimi and sort of our culture and focus. I think that's why our company sort of get along so well because it's really focused on simplicity and doing one thing the right way.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people who use both of our services sort of, they own their own companies, they do a whole bunch of different types of work, and I feel like the more extra tools you throw at someone they don't need, they're going to get more and more confused, and it's just a whole extra hassle. So I love this simple, direct focus of what somebody really wants and just making sure they get it. It's really very cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of customers think, or the first time they think about it or speak, they think that the more features is better for them, and more customization options is better. And we might rub some people wrong, but we say no. Customers in their hearts don't really like choices. They get paralyzed by every single choice they have to make.
Yet they always think they do want them.
Yeah.
But an app that has a lot of choices, I'm overwhelmed, and the value's not there anymore. I don't accomplish what I intended to do once I get into the application.
Yeah.
And with Megaphone, it's pretty rigid. We want to make sure we're driving them towards success. We want it to be a beautiful page that converts leads for them.
Yeah. I think we don't do a lot of meetings or anything around here, but one of the brainstorming sessions in that last summer when we were talking about what Megaphone should become, we basically said, the only goal is that every page that Megaphone puts out is beautiful, and we do whatever it takes to make the customer not be able to screw that up. Because every other system we've seen, there's ugly pages on it, And,
so we're super into that idea as well. One of the things that we do is look through people's emails, and we're like, oh, could this use a spruce up? Mm-hmm. And we go ahead and we do that for people, and we make them banners, and so that's really cool to hear another thing that's that's a synergy between us. So
awesome.
Try to jump in with that.
we do the same thing. I mean, we have encountered customers that we have given pointers on making their pages look better. I mean, even back in the Kajabi days, we would kind of see an old Kajabi portal and cringe. Oh my gosh, that's the ugliest thing ever. So we would kind of help them out. We really want the pages that Megaphone produces to be beautiful across the board.
So I just want to quick walk through each of those three different things that you talked about for people listening in case they didn't catch it or if they're new to Kajabi and Megaphone. So there's Kajabi, which it was the original product that allows you to, and jump in if I missed it or I'm wrong. Kajabi is the original product that allows you to sell content online, and it takes care of all of the technical specifications and lets you just build an easy way to sell what you want. And then there's Megaphone, which is the product for creating landing pages and creating some kind of conversion to capture people's addresses, and that can be used in conjunction or not. That can also collect a payment, and it can also deliver content, and I assume that that's somehow in the back end connected with Kajabi, but they're actually two different products. Yep. And then you mentioned Kajabi Next, which I am still a little bit fuzzy on what exactly that one is.
So I'm kind of letting the cat out of the bag here because we haven't publicly announced Kajabi Next yet. You're the first.
Exclusive content, guys. Exclusive.
Yeah. So this is not available yet. We have lots of people, beta testing it and kicking the tires and everything, so it's ready. It's not something that's in development or anything. But so I think when we released, I am answering your question in a long roundabout way, but when we released Megaphone, I think a lot of customers asked, why would you build Megaphone? Because you have landing pages in Kajabi. It doesn't quite make sense. We have like a big master plan vision where Kajabi's going, and so Megaphone was just one piece and step in that journey. And so the next step is Kajabi Next, and that's like you said, Kajabi does two things really well. It does landing pages and it does online courses, but both of those could be simplified. Both of those could use the philosophies that we were just talking about to really make things beautiful and easy to use, and thereby making the customer more successful. So Kajabi Next is going to be the next iteration of and thinking outside the box. What's an easier way to sell content online, basically, like a private course. And so that's coming out as well. So
and we always have this vision that, like, I always have this theory that you're either good at something or you know someone who's good at something, and that's why we made Kajabi, so you could share that information in a really easy way, and if you wanted to, you could start monetizing that. And with Kajabi, we totally did that, but it was like we built a bulldozer when most people just needed a shovel. And so Kajabi is like this super. It's so simple. It's like upload a couple of videos, connect it with like payment through Stripe, and you can be collecting credit card payments right away into your bank account. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Super fast.
We had 4 years of looking at how customers were using Kajabi and where they would stumble and fail and stop, and we said, let's create a simple product that answers all those objections. So it kind of lets. There's a lot of people having a lot of success on Kajabi. I think the last time we looked, it was over $100 million our customers have made selling content on Kajabi. So there are a lot of people, but I think there's so many more people in the world that have valuable knowledge to sell, and it's just the tool wasn't right for them, or it was just too complex to get going, and Kajabi Next is going to solve all that. So.
Cool. So Randy Kavanaugh had asked, Kajabi Next is a combo of Kajabi and Megaphone, and it actually sounds like Kajabi was the combination of Kajabi and Megaphone, and now there's Megaphone, and then there will be Kajabi Next, which is
exactly
Kajabi minus Megaphone.
We're definitely going to sell them as Megaphone by itself, Kajabi Next by itself. We'll have subscriptions where they come together.
Yeah.
Explore a lot of what customers need and how they want to use the product.
But the bottom line is, they work perfectly on their own, but together it's unstoppable, right? The synergy.
It's very powerful.
That's the goal.
It is. It's like iterative learning. I mean, you had all of this experience with Kajabi, and now you're refining what the offering is based on all that, which is nice.
Exactly. We kind of proved the concept, and now we're doing it much better. So.
Nice. Always be learning.
Cool. Right. So I actually have a question about how Kajabi started. You said, again, a similarity between Mad Mimi and Kajabi is that you created something that you needed, which is what happened with Mad Mimi. They needed to send emails to promote their band, so they built this system. How did that transition happen for you guys from building something that you needed into it being a product that you offered customers? Was it instantaneous? Was it planned? Et cetera?
It was definitely strategic. Like, once we had this idea, and it was weird, like, we've had a lot of business ideas, and we get excited about them, but once we had this idea, we're like, oh my God, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But we had no connections. We didn't know anybody. We didn't know how to get this beyond us using it. So back then, and it was actually 2009 when we first started making connections, I used Twitter, and I would connect to all the top guys that sold information online and just get to know them and offer free design, or we would do coding for them just to get our foot in the door with these guys. And then eventually one of the guys was like, hey, this idea is really cool. I'm going to build a digital product, and I'm going to sell it February 2010. So we just started hitting the ground, coding to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, we were still pulling all the strings, but the app worked to the customer. Yeah. So we duct taped it together, and he went out there and he did really well, and then he got another friend, and pretty soon we had 5 or 6 really big guys launch it with our little name on the bottom. We did this all for free. We didn't try to worry about making money yet, which then led us to a launch in October of 2010. Yeah. And
so you said overnight. Overnight, literally on October 14th, 2010, we did have a lot of success and a lot of people buy, but it was a year in the making,
And one of our friends told me this concept. It's called marketing to the front row. It's like you give Tiger Woods your golf clubs and he wins the Masters.
Wow.
That could happen, and that's what happened. So
Nice. Now I know a lot of our users, because Mad Mimi integrates with Megaphone. What do you think I hear a lot of people use Leadpages as well, and I feel like you guys might have a lot of similarities and a lot of differences. What do you think? Do you want to take us through some of those differences or some of those similarities and why you're awesome?
I think
Sell us.
The first one is we're awesome. Awesome. You know, I know it's a service that's out there. We do compete with them. Our pages look a lot better since we do focus on good design. You're always going to look better. We also convert a lot better. I mean, we've had customers say, I tried it here, and then I put it on Megaphone, and oh my God, it's converting like crazy. So we know they're better pages. We can talk about technology and all the awesomeness.
We don't sit around here every day and think about Leadpages or any of the competition. We just want to build the product we want to build and provide value for customers. And if customers like it, that's awesome. And
a lot of this is coming from our customers' feedback. Like they say that Leadpages is too confusing, too many features. They're falling in that trap when you build software. You think you should do everything for everybody, but as soon as you do that, you're not good at what you set out to do. And we don't ever take that approach. A feature has to fight really hard to make it into the application.
Yeah, I think with Kajabi early on, we fell into the trap of playing the middle of the road. We wanted to please everybody. So if they wanted a feature, we'd probably build it, or if they wanted something changed, and we were trying to please like the advanced people and the beginners, and it just turned into this mess that you're not pleasing anybody if you're trying to please everybody. And so Megaphone, we decided, let's be much more opinionated, and there's going to be a lot of people that want certain features that we just say, no, I'm sorry, that's not our vision for the product. And not to bash, I have a lot of respect for Leadpages and what they're doing and everything, but it looks to me that they're just adding features, and it reminds me of us back in the day, So we'll see how it turns out.
Yep.
I think you guys have a little seniority on them also, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe there's like looking into the past or something like that.
I mean, Kajabi's been out since 2010, and we had our landing pages, our squeeze pages.
Yeah, we were doing landing pages and pages in Kajabi a lot longer than they've been around, So.
Yep.
One thing I'd like to point out just specifically for any Mimi folks who are watching who use Leadpages is that if you check it out, there's actually some really cool things in there, like the PayPal integration, which is done. I mean, you can accept a payment through a Megaphone. A Megaphone page, which is fabulous because I think most of our, or at least a lot of our customers who are using sort of a squeeze page or whatever you want to call it, a landing page application, a lot of them are doing paid content, and they're connecting it with their email marketing. And so to be able to have that PayPal integration built in right there, I know is something that some of our users have struggled with. So for anyone who's watching who's ever struggled with PayPal integration, there's Megaphone with it already integrated for you.
Yeah. It's amazing, and that was just kind of a byproduct we kind of thought of one day. Wait a second, why force somebody to go figure out integration somewhere else or get a shopping cart system or anything like that? If all they want to do is offer a file, like a zip file or a PDF or something, in exchange for money, let's just have it all built in, and just integrating is simple. I mean, with everything, I'll plug you guys a little bit. Like Mad Mimi integration, if you want to plug in your Megaphone to your Mad Mimi account, you literally put your, I think, email address and API key that you can get from Mad Mimi easily, and then you're done. And it's the same with the PayPal integration. It's just so easy. And we know one big benefit is not just to make it easy to use for our customer's customer, the people visiting the pages and everything. Of course, we like that beauty. We want our customers to have an enjoyable experience while they're building their pages as well. So even little things like integrating, it's easy.
Totally.
Easy and simple. Sorry.
Yeah.
We have a question from Jeff, who wants to know if you guys have any cool ideas for a sort of one-man show. If you're just starting out using these tools, and he works alone and makes acoustic guitars. So what do you think a good place for him to start would be, or for any person who's sort of like just beginning this kind of these kinds of services? Like what would a good jumping off point be, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing we see our customers doing all the time is create really good content and give that away for free, and use services like Megaphone and Mad Mimi to start collecting those leads on your customer list.
Yeah.
And it's something we did. We built this thing called Kajabi Chalk Talks, and it's just content. It's just us talking about business and life. And if you're a guitar person, oh my gosh, you could give away free lessons. You could eventually sell lessons with the PayPal integration. The best thing about tools like this is when you keep them simple, people focus on what they're good at, like playing guitar, or we have a cake decorating lady that has a huge following, versus a complicated tool. You get bogged down into that. And your success isn't getting good at a tool or using a tool. It's doing what you love. So.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like he's actually selling custom acoustic guitars. That doesn't mean he can't build a list online, build a list of followers that like what he has to say. He's giving out free content, and that could lead him to more physical sales. It's not like he would have to start selling a course on creating acoustic guitars, but that's one too. Yep. I know there's a lot of amateur guitar builders. I have a guitar I started building 20 years ago, and it's still not done, my first guitar. But
wow.
That's right. He brought it in one time. It weighs like 500 pounds.
Yeah. But I know for me, if there was like a course I could go take on just on how to build a guitar, or like how to put the frets in, all that stuff.
That actually might seem like, I don't want to give away that information, but when you build that trust, what you'll do is your true customers will rise to the top, and they'll be like, oh, this is awesome, but no, I still want you to build my custom guitar. So I think just leading with good content, give away your best stuff. That always works better than giving them like sort of okay stuff, but then you got to pay me for the good stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't really work. Give them the best.
The okay stuff is just okay. Why would they think that the paid stuff would be any better anyway?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Cool. I like that.
Awesome. Yeah, I know we have a lot of also one-man shows, one-woman shows, small businesses that just get started. Get started with these tools that we have out there that are there for building your business. Like you guys said, like it was such a pain to put all that stuff together in the beginning when you were trying to do it, and so building a way to connect it into a useful item is, I think, the theme of internet business right now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is maybe not intuitive to people, one-man shows just starting out. One of our guys that works for us, he's not a marketer or anything. He plays guitar, actually, and he wanted to teach an online guitar course. And his first go at this, I think he made a sales video, like selling, hey, my name's Joe, buy my guitar course or something, and not a lot of people were buying it. And we're like, wait a second, no, there's so much more you could do. You should be giving out free lessons. You should start building a list, and people need to know you, like you, and trust you before they're just going to plunk down money, on a whim. And so start building a following of people that respect you as a guitar player, respect you as a teacher, respect you as a person, and then you could start selling them a higher ticket, course.
And get in front of a camera too. I mean, people connect when they can see you, even if it's just your iPhone, you're holding that up.
Yeah.
Like right now, we're doing it on our computers. It's super easy to create video now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I will, for one, will say that just as a person who is on the internet all the time, I think there's something really important about being the real face of your own organization. Especially if you're a small company, a small business. Just getting up there and even being awkward on camera can be really endearing and adorable. And people like seeing a real person. You don't need to be like in a suit with good lighting, sort of giving a pitch. That at this point.
Awkwardness is our MO, so we're good at that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think most people, and I see we have another question from Jim, who similar question. He's just finished a book and he's trying to market it to the world. And I think similarly for that kind of thing, just get out there and be yourself on video, share some excerpts, just give to the world what you have. Don't try and give people extra stuff or stuff that you don't want to provide. The more honest you are with what you can do, people are going to respond to it. So I think
Jim's question, I mean, I think our last answer applies to this as well. Giving something away for free. If he completed a book, he obviously has some knowledge, about the subject matter.
And most of our most successful customers are authors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And some of the strategies they do is they'll pull content out of their book. Maybe it's the top 10 tips of whatever, or the secret guide to whatever, and maybe it's one of your chapters. You turn that into a PDF. You can build a page on Megaphone and send it to your list over on MadMimi, and then we'll deliver that content. And it's incredible what you can do and how you can connect with a potential reader of your book.
And also the mixed media. So a book, I'm assuming it's just a published book or an ebook or something like that, but it's just the written word. Translate that, and maybe you're giving out like chapter 1, for example, but do a video of the same exact content. Not like you need to think of new stuff,
Oh yeah. The same content, or stand in front of a like we do the chalk thing. Stand in front of a chalkboard and talk about it, or hold up pictures about it. Or people love that content, and the crazy thing is when they get into an interest about whatever you provide, they want to consume everything they can find. So get some stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
That was a good segue for our plugging our Chalk Talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about it.
I want to talk about your guys' Chalk Talks. So, how did they start, and why Chalk?
Yeah, so
Let's start there.
You know, Chalk Talk. I think the original reason we did Chalk Talks is because we hired a full-time video guy, and like we need to keep him busy because we already had things we would do, but we're like, what should we do? And then we sat around and we're like, yeah, let's do a weekly series. And then we said, hey, let's do a Chalk Talk. And so we actually painted one of the walls in our studio with chalk paint, the blackboard paint, which I love that. I hate dry erase now because chalkboard paint is so much more fun because you actually erase it. And it looks good on camera after you've erased it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And so, you know, our plan was to do these marketing videos where we were going to go up there and we were going to draw out plans. And then before you knew it, we had done a whole bunch of them just about life and about like strategies and like how we overcame problems. And that seems to be the theme. It just keeps going there.
One of these days we might have like tangible marketing stuff in there. But right now, you know, we just want to talk about what's real and speaking to us at the moment, you know.
And I'm the kind of person where I think that way. I think about my life. I think about stories, or I'll watch a movie and I'll think about like stuff inspires me. So I want to like tell people, you know, what inspired us, because people always come to us and they want to know, you know, what's the best converting page? How do I get more leads? We're not really experts in that. What we're experts in is we took an idea, we built it, we put it online, and people make money with it. So if we can talk about that, hopefully we'll inspire other people, even our customers. I mean, it's pretty amazing what it's turned into.
Except one of my first episodes was on page conversions. So go watch it.
We have two different styles. And he has like a full script and a teleprompter, and I have like notes.
Oh, I didn't back then. Back then I was winging it. You could probably tell, but
yeah. Check it out if you guys want.
Yeah, definitely.
And give us feedback too. We like to hear feedback because we want to keep making those better. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I liked the one that was hijacked recently.
Yeah, nice. That's Joe. He's the guitar player. There you go.
Right. Oh, cool. That's cool. If anybody wants to check out Chalk Talks or have no idea what we're talking about, go to Kajabi and go to their blog, and they have a cool set of video content that they've made about life, the universe, and everything. No copyright infringement intended. And they call it Chalk Talk, and there's a chalkboard behind them, and it's super cool. So you guys should check that out.
Dry erase doesn't sound good.
I can't even
say it.
Shot Winter's Coming. That was my most recent random chalk.
So I have a questions, because I think I'm seeing several of these Q&As that have come in are kind of specific support questions, which, you know, we could field now, but it just makes me think about, let's say that this one-man show or this person who's just getting started opens an account and then they have no idea what to do and they are stuck and they're not sure. How do they reach out to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we have an awesome support team.
Yeah, and it's something we've worked on so hard, is having a support team. Like, we actually have a guy that'll call you back and talk. And we've had customers leave some of those competitors. Rhymes with Leadpages. And the first thing that I saw one of them at an event, and they were just blown away that someone called them. That someone from Megaphone calls them and says, "Hey, this is Joel. How can I help you?" And we'll walk you through it. I mean, that's one of the things we pride ourselves in. It's good customer support.
Yeah, I do see a lot of questions here specific, like you said. I mean, email us at support@kajabi.com, and we'll answer any question you ask us. No problem at all. I think even if you've got like a pre-sales question too, if you're asking, you know, is it right for me in my specific case, if you just go to like Megaphone and I think Kajabi, and I think there's a chat window right there where they could talk with a pre-sales person. So well, we're here for you. You know, we'll answer any question you've got. So.
Good. Awesome.
Fabulous.
So yeah, I'm kind of scrolling through some of these, but
right, you guys can see. So anyone who needs Facebook pixel help or anything like that, just write support@kajabi.com. You'll get them.
Yeah, those specific ones we'll handle offline here off of this Mad Mimi cast here. But somebody's asking when Kajabi Next is going to be released, and just stay tuned. We don't really know yet, but we're going to, trust me, you'll know when it's released.
The mystery stays alive. Is there anything else that you guys would like to add? or mention or sing.
Awesome. Yeah, that's right. Well,
Megaphone's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Something cool was I like the name. I love the story about what Mimi means. What did you say? It was marketing interface. What is it?
It's musician's intuitive marketing interface, but don't quote me on that. I could be wrong.
That's awesome. I didn't know it had such a cool name. So.
we have an acronym for Kajabi.
Well, Kajabi does mean to take flight. It's an old Aboriginal word. I bought the name a long time ago. It's a game that you play like at camps and stuff, and I was like, oh
cool.
What's the name? And then when we were launching the company, we were Googling it and stuff, and we saw it was like fly and bird and flight.
Yeah.
And so we're like, hey, it's perfect because we help people kind of take off and get going. So.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
Worked out well.
Well, Coach Scott says that your support rocks and that Joel is awesome. So anyone who needs help, here's a shout out to Joel.
Coach Scott is Joel's alias, so that's he's plugging himself.
Right.
Yeah.
He's an audience plant.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach Scott.
Well,
Joel for sure.
Yeah.
He'll be excited to hear that. So.
Cool.
well,
thanks. I was just gonna say thanks for doing this. This is fun.
This is awesome.
thank you guys so much for joining us. I had a really good time, and I enjoyed learning about Megaphone and Kajabi. And anyone who did not catch us live can always tune in on our YouTube channel. These videos are always available for you there. And again, Becca and I are, when we're not hanging out, we are your support team too. So write us at mira@madmimi.com, becca@madmimi.com. And if you need Megaphone help, support at kajabi.com, right?
Or megaphoneapp.com. Yeah.
Or megaphoneapp.com.
Whatever
Okay.
you want. Support it. Something will get to
It all works. Yep.
And we'll leave the info in the event description and everything, so you guys can totally follow up afterwards if you need to. And I'll also post some links to the Chalk Talks and these awesome features and things. So, all right.
Anything else?
Well, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much. And thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next week at 4.
Bye, everybody.